Welcome to a Personal Code of Conduct. I'm Daya, and this week, I don't know what I'm doing this week. I don't know, I'm just lost. I don't know what I'm doing this week, but the goal is to talk about different topics because I didn't feel particularly strongly about anything. I still have not given myself direction. I still haven't given myself focus, but I find myself building more of a path and going the way. So this week is just going to be a mixed mash of topics that short topics that I have nothing much to say about, but I sort of know how I feel about them, and in comparison, and also drawing reference to Ubuntu and the other two philosophies that I'm trying to build my personal code of conduct on. So the topics will be off the whack, different sections, about totally different things, and not really flowing, not like anything else flows, but yeah. That's what this week is going to be about. So stay tuned if you're still here. Okay, the first segment is going to be about time. I was like, oh, this next week's topic is about time, but what do I have to say about time? Except that it's running really fast and I'm scared. Oh god, I'm scared. I still think Wednesday was my 21st birthday and not my 23rd. I'm 2 years away from I was excited to be 21, I guess. But now I'm 23 and I'm like, Jesus fucking Christ, what have I done with 2 years? You hear that a lot, but I want to actively 23, the year that Dio actually does stuff, actually achieve stuff, leaves her jobs, become awesome, and that kind of stuff. 23. So time, I'm in that portion of time where I'm like, God, please do not let this thing run fast. I do not have time. I'm missing God as if I haven't decided I'm agnostic, lol. But I still pray when I'm scared. Just, I don't know, it's a thing. I was brought up Christian. So it's time, and I'm at that point in time where I'm just I have to grow. I see myself that within 7 years I'll be 30. I'll have spent 30 years on this planet. What will I have done? I don't know. It's I'm at that point. I think it's part of the reason why I started this podcast, but it's part of the reason I'm I'm at that point where I'm grow or die. And it reminds me of this weird period at 16 when I was having this conversation with this dude. I'm saying this dude, he has been on this podcast, you hear me? When we were 16, and we were he didn't want suicide to seem like an excuse or whatever, people to stress people out because of suicide. But I won't say it as a cop out and be oh, I'm feeling suicidal or whatever. I'm not. I'm just I don't know, life has become incredibly boring, so to speak, and I'm what am I going to do with it? Especially, I think it's the nihilist in me talking, and I'm really trying to push be optimistic about your nihilism, but really what? Okay, so in the grand scheme of things it's pointless, but we're here, are we not? So let's just do it. So time is flowing in a way that, and because it's flowing in a way that I'm at that point where I'm up, now, go, do something, and I just want to press phone. There's literally no in between. I just want to press phone. I'm saying press phone. I just want to scroll through Reddit, read manga, read questionable manga, read web novels, work my 9 to 5. But Daya is going to ginger herself today and be okay, this week she's starting Coursera again, and I'm going to check back on this thing this next Sunday, and be what did you now do? This, you have 6 days of awesomeness. You fucked up what? How many days? 3 weeks into the year, Dio. Really, Dio. So you have another 2 weeks. Don't fuck it up. See that you're talking as if a month is 5 months. I know this is going to be very chaotic, but this is basically just a rant section where I'm just talking about topics that I don't really have a vibe. And I think all this topic will become individual topics in a podcast as I grow as a person, as I understand things in life, as I actually sit down to do research, as I become less of a jump about person, as I understand as I say what I mean and truly become a vibe, so to speak. But that is what I have to say about time. The time I feel right now is I'm at that point where I'm like, slow down. Let me catch up to you. I want to be so many things at once that it's just amazing. And I'm just there like, oh, Dio, let's just slow down. Let everything slow down. Stay up to you. It's like life is passing me by at this point, and I'm just there like, yeah, but you're 23. But like, I know, I feel ancient. So it's like every day that passes, there's something I wish I did. But like, there are things I should be doing now, and I'm not doing them. So like, I understand that I have no rights to feel the way I feel. I should just do it. But like, not everybody can be in a Nike advert, man. So like, that's what I feel about time. I wanted to go to like this whole dramatic journey where I'm like, in your youth, you felt time was this one. But like, in my youth, did I have, I won't say I didn't have sense. In my youth, I was in that like sports where I was just like, I'm the only real person in the world. All of you are fucking puppets. La la la. It was basically like a reaction to me being like, I'm special and y'all are not cool. Oh God, lame. But like, people exist, people change, people decide that this is what they want to do with their lives. And me coming to understand that people are complex, I won't say people are special, people are complex, people are similar, but they will not afford you, but they will not necessarily afford you the same luxury of thinking that you are complex, that you are a human being. Like, it's like the duality of understanding that this person is complex, but also accepting the fact that this person most likely has made the decision not to think of you as an individual. So that way I think there's one story teaching. I think it was Marcus Aurelius or Seneca. I don't know, these old dead dudes. I don't think I have any obligation to remember their names. Dio, what an abuser of like language. But like, I'd probably go back in a few years and be like, what I said about those two dead dudes are cringe. But like, and I was trying to seem casual and fun and like, oh yeah, I totally just read this. Like, I don't really care what it was about. I actually do care, but like, I don't remember right now. But he was like, when somebody irritates you, it shouldn't be a matter of like, what do you hate about them? It's like, why are you irritated? I think I'm just paraphrasing the situation, and I'm like, yeah, that should basically be me at this point. I'm trying to understand. That should have been me like 10 years ago. Wow. Okay, not 10 years. Okay, maybe it's 10 years ago. Jesus Christ. It was 10 years ago since I was 13, because I started to realize that I was really, really young in senior secondary school. I graduated at 15. Awesome person. Towards the end of my... I graduated at 15. So it's like... I'm like... 5 years of uni, what the fuck did I use it to? I used it to watch anime, and I actually don't kind of regret it. I don't, but like, there are things I wish I had done, like data science. But like data science, learning to program, maybe I'll have gotten good enough to have like a remote job and be earning $4,000 in a third world country. But like, things don't always happen that way, and I need to remind myself that I am 23. There's still time. I shouldn't become a 9-to-5 drone. And I should be awesome. And the fact that I have access to the internet, I shouldn't just waste it on like... I should accept that whatever I'm doing on the internet made me happy in the moment, but still have to prioritize the fact that yes, it's all fucking pointless. Yes, I feel like the society is not going to respond to no matter what I try to do. But like, I'm in the society. I shouldn't try and waste all this time feeling sad. I should try and experience new things. And for me personally, romantic relationships I'm not even like remotely thinking of such. And I'm like, I don't think I've ever been the rumors. I enjoy watching other people in love, but I can't picture myself in love. What does that have to do with time, Dio? Like I said, this today is just a ranty piece of shit where like the real Dio has scatterbrainness. But like, time, I think that's what time is to me. Time is just, it's flowing fast. I want it to stop. I don't really have any real, like I said, I thought this was going to be me with real conclusions, but this is not one of those picked up topics. It's a topic that I thought I'd feel strongly about by the end of this week when I was talking about it last week. What's my current feeling about time is that knowing that I have to treat it valuable, yet wanting to just, I don't know, like we say in my country, press phone. What would I have been doing if there was no internet? But like, if there was no internet, I wouldn't have known there are access to opportunities that are outside of this country, outside of this place, and try and even know that there are ways I could improve myself. So like, either way, we'll see. Like, it's still like the end thing where like only time will tell. So like that's all I have on time. Until I grow as a person, I'll look at this topic again. Another thing I want to talk about, this is the second segment in case like anybody's wondering. The second segment is basically me just like I said I was going to do in the first segment, just talk about topics that like came up throughout the week, and I was like, this is intriguing. I want to know. I want to be like, I want to just say what I know about it. So the first thing I want to say is transfer of aggression. Like everybody like who has ever been to a boarding school in Nigeria has always had this argumentality that people were bad to me, my seniors were fucked up, so I will be fucked up back. I won't say everybody because I know a good number of people that were like, it doesn't make any sense, and they didn't, and they weren't assholes. I wasn't an asshole for two reasons: 30% because of I didn't think it made any sense, and 70% because I had no balls to be an asshole. Some of those junior girls are taller than me, man, but like there were still like 30% of me that was like, this makes no sense, because I know like people who like squash their fucking fear just because they're like, by their determination to be an asshole, I destroy my fear, that kind of vibe. And besides, people looked a lot bigger then. It's like, how, I don't know, teen girls are weird, man. But then again, this is about transfer of aggression. So I was having this weird conversation. It wasn't a conversation. It was like, even in the workplace, there are people who act like that. There are people who become photocopies of the people that they hate. And that's one thing. I feel like if you become exactly like the person that you hate, even if you're successful, will you ever truly be happy? Because you had to change yourself. But then again, if yourself has always been petty, and that's another thing that is going to lead me to the idea of what is yourself. What do you define as yourself? Because I think an individual is something that is currently growing. Your individuality is always growing. Yes, like that's why I think people who are truly amazing, yes, I'm happy myself, will never think somebody else is not amazing. Yes, I'm, like I said, I'm sort of hyping myself up, but like, because I think people are constantly growing based on their experience, and if they are growing in a direction that is not in agreement with me, I have no rights to try and make them change. So like, that's tying into the transfer of aggression is when you decide that you will be aggressive, you will transfer your worries, your fears, your hatred onto somebody else, is you're most likely just being, you're thinking that is the way to success. You're thinking that is the way you can break somebody, that is the way you be respected. But that is just like, I'm talking about mostly like power dynamics. Now let's talk about like home and family and children. Another point I can think transfer of aggression is you get, after getting the aggression of your boss or whatever, or wherever, the frustration of the day, and you now transfer that aggression to your child. There's one thing that I like about all these random women talk shows, that what's something a lot of them have gotten right about corporal punishments. We hate children in my country. We hate, like, hate with a kid. We hate children in my country. One thing a lot of people have gotten like about, like, if you are going to maintain corporal punishments, I think it's corporal, not, yeah, it's corporal, not capital. I don't know, it's corporal punishments with like children. It's important that if you know you're feeling stressed, you should never hit your child. You should make sure that you should be emotionless. You should have no current emotion when you're hitting your child. If not, you will kill that child. And this brings back a memory of, like, I think when I was in primary 5, and this very beautiful girl, I think as an adult now, I'm wondering maybe she was sexually abused, because she was a beautiful child. But she'd come with like rags as clothing. Now school was relatively expensive. Like, it wasn't a rich kid's school, but it was like middle to upper middle class school. Like middle to, I'm almost touching upper middle class school. It was a good school. So she'd come home with, like, she comes to school with tattered like school uniforms, like bruised private area. Oh my god, like, jeez, I wonder where she is. Like, and I'm just there like, what is this? Like, how will you beat a child like a goat? And to be honest, even as a teen, like as a teenager, you realize a lot of teachers are just sad, and they want to transfer that sadness to you. So if you're going to you're going to give corporal punishments, it's important, in my opinion, it's important that you feel nothing. Because yes, it must be about correcting that child, and no matter, or like, and like, even if you don't feel like, because it's a pain that they'll feel for only that day and forget about. But it must, because, but if you transfer aggression, they will never forget that situation. It's not because they were being corrected, it's because you were being a trash human, because you gave them undue punishments for whatever small aggression. And I think that's why, for me, I've told myself that my personal motto, like one of my personal mottos, like this is basically called a personal code of conduct. I'm going to have a lot of mottos. One of my personal mottos is Makoramomi, which is do not, basically it transliterates to don't use your body to touch me, but it translates to don't transfer your aggression to me. Don't snap at me because you are irritated. That's what it like translates to. So it's like, that's one thing I'm like, by refusing to transfer aggression, transfer aggression to somebody, I feel it gives me the, in quotes, moral rights to not accept a transfer of aggression, to not let anybody try and treat me like I'm less than what I'm worth, to understand myself, so that I will not be put in a situation where I feel horrible, where I feel terrible, where my only answer to it is to lash at another person. And to be honest, this is too common in our society, too common in the world, where it's just easy to just decide that rather than stand up to the trashy human that is making you feel bad, you just spread it to another person. So I think everybody, I don't know, this is just me thinking, me vibing, me hoping that everybody should make it a personal decision to never transfer aggression, to work through their own stress, their own frustrations, either by themselves or with the help of somebody that is capable of listening to them and preferring useful solutions. So like, I think that's like my current outpouring on transfer aggression. Because if I were to start talking about scenarios, like our entire countries, people who are dealing with discrimination, they tend to transfer aggression. In fact, even people who are not dealing with discrimination, they tend to look for somebody who they feel is at a horrible place in society from them to transfer aggression towards. And that is not going to be me. I think that is not going to be me. So I think that's all. That is my dramatic rant on the transfer of aggression. So, third segment. This is like going fast, going long, talking about things. Another thought I have is cringe prevents us from being happy. Like a lot of times, especially, I don't know, maybe it's me just like absorbing aggressively into foreign media and being like foreign stuff and just talking and being like, oh, this stuff is weird, this is their own culture and what have you. That made no sense. The last 25 seconds don't make sense, but Dio is weird. She's not going to edit anything because she's lazy and weird. But like, let's say awesome things about herself, she will improve. So I think cringe makes us unhappy. Like there's some things like embarrassment in general prevents us from being happy. Like all those weird couples, I think they are cringy. I know. I know this is me being like, oh, but like it made them happy. I have no rights. Like yes, without question, nobody has the right to do anything. I say it like over and over, and I'll continue to say it. Nobody has any right to do anything at all. People just do what they want to do. So it's like nobody has an actual right. You do what you want to, and people against you, if they're able to stop you, they can stop you. So like, but like, let's go straight to the point. Now this is, Dio is basically rambling with her butt and likes and what have you. People who do weird shit, like in my own opinion, I consider it weird shit. Like I'm never in my life going to go to somewhere, like I'm going to look at it and be like, this is weird, but I'm never in my life going to go and meet them and be like, what you're doing is weird, stop it now, it's cringy and ugly. No, it might be cringy to me, it might be something I'll never do. That's one thing I want to personally define myself as. Something I will never do is not necessarily bad. I don't know, I know 15-year-old me probably would be willing to wear couple t-shirts with somebody. Probably. I think the probability is like 25%, which is pretty high. But like now I'm like 101,000% sure I'm never ever going to like dress in sync with somebody, because I don't know. I think it's just silly. I think it's like it's too okay, I won't say braggadocious. I don't know if I use the word correctly. I like big words, but I never seem to use them correctly. It's too, what's the word? It's too much like bragging. Like, I don't like the idea. I feel like a relationship should be private, but I love the look of happiness when people are bragging about something. I know this is a weird thing to like, but like when people are genuinely happy about something and they want to show it off, whether the intention is hoping that you feel bad about it or the intention is hoping that you feel inspired, the point is that they want to show you. And I don't know, I just think they look cute, even though that is something I would never do. I can respect their choices and be like, I'm happy that you are happy. I think that is the best way to sum it up about cringy things. That is my thought about cringy things. You should. I keep saying you have the rights, but nobody really has any rights. You have the capability. You can think something is cringy, but I don't think it is proper. That is why I said I don't think it is proper, because if you like, do whatever the fuck you want. If somebody should drag you by your edges, that's your own fucking business, man. But like, I don't think you should try to make somebody feel bad. If you have nothing good to say and you understand that this person does not damage society, you should shut the fuck up. You can honestly think that this is gross, but like, you have to be honest with yourself. How does this affect me? If it doesn't affect you at all, if it's like, I think that's a good way to live and like a good way to live. Like, I think this ties into the principle of self-control, because I know this is everything about stoicism is about the building of self and understanding that yourself in relationship like Ubuntu is about the world and our relationship with each other. Optimistic nihilism is, to me, is just about the world in its entirety, and stoicism is about the relationship of yourself to the world. It's like it is centered around self. It is centered around your reaction to everything that you do. And I noticed that any teaching or any like whatever, any letters or any opinion that Seneca or Marcus or all the other Stoics out there they give is always centered about, can you control it, and is this in your power? And it's always centered around the idea of control. Like, it's like if you have that foundational principle down, you can almost always predict what the answer is going to be about a particular situation. So where was I do not remember the topic I used to start to say. Oh yes, cringe makes people, the fact that we think things are cringy makes people unhappy. So anytime you see something is cringy, I'm not going to say like, oh, I'm teaching you to do something. This is like a journal for Dio to do shit, and I'm like, I just want to show, like, I don't know, I sound really happy today, but I'm not happy. Like, even I feel like these are fake, like my voice is just hyper today. I don't know why. It's just really hyper and I keep like bursting into giggles. But like, I feel that everybody should have the opportunity to express themselves, and everybody, if you want to think it's ugly, you think it's ugly, so far you feel like this doesn't affect society, and understanding that you have no right to be a spokesman for society. Society does whatever society wants to do, but like, which is basically each individual does what they want to do, and if enough individuals are doing the exact same thing, then that is what society is doing. Yeah, up to their interpretation. So like, cringy is good, cringy is great. If it makes you happy, sure, do it. But like I said before, I don't know if I've said it here, or I keep saying it to myself. If something is against my mission, is against what I have chosen to make me happy, I will try to squash it. Yes, that is my interpretation of optimistic nihilism. Yeah, sure, everything's pointless, but like the things I have decided. Yeah, I think I mentioned it here. It was when I was talking about it. It was kind of bringing up racism and sexism, but like, if your life's mission is to make me feel down, make me feel horrible, or make people like me
feel down, feel horrible, to not improve the lives of people like me and myself, then you are my enemy. Then your mission is to end your mission is one of my missions. So like, I guess that's all I can say for like cringy. Cringy is good. If cringy makes people happy, so far it doesn't affect my life's mission, they should go ahead. But it's still fucking ugly to me, man. But like, they should go ahead. But if something is cringy, I shouldn't mistake it as just cringy but harmless. If something is cringy and will negatively affect the society that I have in mind, I need to understand that the society is what I have in mind, and that's what I've chosen as my mission. If I can gather enough people to want to build the kind of society that I want to build, then I've succeeded in changing whatever subsection of society that I am. Because in my own opinion, society is the entire world, and there are different sections of society, and two people can be a society. So if you lead a movement loud enough, you can change whatever sub-society you're currently in. So yeah, that's about cringe. So we're going to be serious in this one. Serious. I don't know, my voice is just really happy today. But there's something I really, I know I just raised my voice and I was really dramatic. But there's something I really need to cover. Safe spaces are not circle jerks. I hope I'm using both of those words correctly. I feel like safe space is somewhere that you should be able to have people who are like-minded in a particular share a particular interest or experience as you, and are willing to listen to you. But a circle jerk is, yes, people share similar experiences, but the difference is that safe spaces, the people should be able to listen and question you, so that you can have personal growth, personal peace of mind, and succeed. Well, circle jerks are just people that just want to agree with each other. I don't think I have much to say except to condemn circle jerks, because I like circle jerks. I like people telling me I'm right. I like people telling me I'm awesome. I like people telling me I'm different. I like being told I'm special. But recognizing the fact that I really like those things made me understand that it's not healthy because I'm addicted to praise, and it's not a good thing. I don't know. Like, I know I like praise. It's not wrong to like praise. Everybody likes praise. But like, by understanding how much of an effect praise has with me, it's important that I recognize it now, not if I accidentally find myself in a relationship with somebody who's manipulative and does shit, then finds a way to like praise me for something, and I forgive them for whatever shit they've done. This is an opportunity for me to work on it and decide that I want to improve. So if I was in a circle jerk and they told me awesome things all the time, I wouldn't be able to improve. I wouldn't be able to understand that some of these things are wrong. That's why I feel even safe spaces need an intruder once in a while. Like, the safe spaces quickly become circle jerks because nobody wants to be told they're wrong. And then this is just me like generalizing, because as much as I'm against generalization, I'm fucking lazy, man. Like, I think that's one thing that I'm like, okay, yeah, sure, you don't care about me, but understanding that I generalize helps me. Like, it's something about like, I think this ties into stoicism. Understanding that I generalize prevents me from feeling as irritated when somebody else is generalizing with me. I'm having concrete reason for generalizing. Like, yes, understanding that my generalization is my fault. It's because I am unwilling to properly research about this person. I am unwilling to properly understand this person. I am unwilling. By understanding that generalization is coming from within me and is my fault, it makes me understand this kind of person that is generalizing me as something that I'm not, and makes me feel less upset and gives me more time to be able to perform countermeasures. Because if somebody is generalizing me, especially as something negative, even sometimes as something positive, then their mission to end their mission is my mission. I like that saying. I like all those like rhymey stuff that pastors use, and I'm like, this is in my future. Diane, the motivational speaker. I don't know, I'm just giggling today, which is a good thing, which even though I'm not happy, like, I have work tomorrow. I like what I do, but I wish I made more money, and I wish I did what I did in school. I don't know, the future is coming, and that is going to be awesome at it. Yay, 23-year-old Dio, don't get old. Where was I don't even remember. Yes, safe spaces and circle jerks. So it's important that in a safe space you are trying to grow. You're trying to gently grow with each other. Like, not everybody is able to take like this jarring wake the fuck up. You can't be like, I don't know, a bad word all the time. I was going to say pussy, but I've been saying fuck. I've been, I don't know, saying the name of Jesus in vain and shit like that. So let's just say you can't just be a pussy, which is really funny. I was like, I know that is going off points, but like, this is real Dia. I go off points a lot, which is like another goal of this podcast, which I'm not following right now. So, which is to organize my thoughts. I do not sound really stoic at all, or I sound more like a cherry happy person, like somebody who's life's philosophy is full-blown optimism, and I'm currently feeling very pessimistic right now. And even though every single word that comes out of my mouth is optimistic, my mind is very pessimistic. Now let me circle back to a conversation I have run away from. Now the deal with safe spaces is that not everybody is able to take a rough blow to understand that what they're doing is wrong. It has to be somebody that cares about their struggles, that has been through their struggles and has gone on to a better place, so to speak, not dead, like better space, either financially, emotionally, and is living a comfortable, happy life. Because I don't know, I wouldn't say that. There's one thing that I've added to my like personal code of conduct in the way I think. When I say that, people probably, I'm going to say that they are it's going to mean in my heart, even though that's too long and stressful to say, is there are probably a lot of people who agree with me. We are fucking 7 billion on this earth, but like they might not be the majority, they might not be the minority, but like there's a ton of people that agree with me, man. Like, no matter what you're thinking, there's a ton of people that agree with you. So it's like, it's important that in a safe space you have somebody to gently guide you forward, and not like being a circle jerk and be like, yeah man, totally dude, yeah, awesome, like totally, yes, I agree with you, and all that kind of vibes. So like, safe spaces, not circle jerks. I don't know, I try to drag it as long as possible because I feel like each segment should be above 6 minutes, but like, yeah, bye. I don't know, there's something that keeps crossing my mind. This is, I think, segment 4. I don't know, man, but like, there's something that keeps crossing my mind that I don't know how to describe it, but it keeps crossing my mind. It keeps happening, it keeps whatever. It's like, where do we draw the line between at least I'm not like that guy, and understanding that growth is necessary, that understanding that you should be grateful for what you have, but still look upward. Like, how do I put it? I used to really, really hate when pastors used to be like, at least your legs work, your eyes work, like your everything. Goddamn, what about the people that doesn't work? Like, I remember this. Okay, I don't know if I remember it or my brain is just creating that scenario in which a pastor was like, your legs are great, and when somebody in the fucking front like row was in a wheelchair. I wanted to say seat chair, but what is your head? Was in a wheelchair, and I was like, so what's happening now? Like, in that situation where you're like, everybody be thankful that you have complete body parts. What about people without complete body parts? Everybody be thankful you have a roof over your head. What about somebody who literally came to pray here that they hope their landlord doesn't chase them out, or they've been sleeping under the bridge? Like, I don't know, man. But like, we also need to understand that. But like, what is the difference between me and a pastor? Like, especially in periods where I'm like, where I wanted to lose weight, I still want to lose. Like, I want to tone up with like more muscle, cut a bit. Like, I can see muscle definition when I flex, but like, I need to tone up a bit with more muscle and eat more protein. I'm not eating enough protein. So it's like, I want to understand that people can grow, people can improve themselves, but also accept the fact that people are people. I know this is like sounding off points, but let me try and like get to where I'm going. When I wanted to lose weight, I understood that I live in the very fact that I want to lose weight is a privilege unto itself. What is the difference between me and a freaking pastor? Where is that? At least your legs are working. Like, you want to be slim, at least. Like, what's the difference? I think this is something I don't have the answer to, shocker. But this is something that I still question myself. I still want to know that at least I'm not like that guy stuff. Like, where is the line? Where it becomes understanding that the fact that you want to lose weight is a privilege in and of itself. So there are 3 lines that need to be drawn. One is, where is the part where you're just being an annoying asshole and totally forgetting that people who lack things that you're lacking are people too, very, very complex people who have a lot of things to go through. And because only a few things come out of someone's mouth and you decide how much audience you're going to give them, that's when, like, how much audience you're going to give them, that's when you understand that, okay, this is what we are going to do and this is how we are going to do it, and all that rubbish and all that jazz. But like, how are you going to do it? I don't know, man. Like, I need to draw a line, and I think that's the 3 line. Like, where is I'm grateful for where I am, and at least versus at least I'm not like that guy, versus diminishing somebody else's problems because yours are greater. Like, it's a 3-way line. Like, I know I've definitely been guilty of diminishing like first world problems, but understanding that people are complex and their behaviors are dependent on the experiences they've had. I may not give a fucking shit about their like suffering and their like emotional space, but like, I understand that their emotions are real, their fears are real, and I'd probably be feeling that way too if I was exposed to those opportunities and that lifestyle. So in any way, their fortune is not to make a mockery out of me, but it becomes making a mockery out of me when they remind themselves that, when I would say it becomes me, because that is their coping mechanism. So like, I need somebody, I think that is something I want to know to myself. Like, where is my line? Where is my line of understanding the fact that I want to lose weight is it's a privilege unto itself. The fact that I have excess to eat, that I'm eating in excess, and understanding that it's not because of at least I'm not like somebody, or diminishing the problems of first worlders or people who have more. Because I think being able to feel, and there's one thing I need to understand. I think, is it correct word, cognitive dissonance or whatever, where even though it happens with all those transfer of aggression people, like I said in second time, like, even though they know what it feels to be belittled, they still continue to belittle people. Like, for example, I would say middle class Nigeria. Like, you've experienced racism in like whatever like foreign country you travel to, and yet you come back and treat like whatever first child you dragged from the village as someone less than a human. Like, what the fuck is that? But like, I don't know, human beings are weird. We'll always be weird, man. That's enough about my question, because this is a question. Like, are you really better than that guy? Because I walk past calling children every day, and I just feel angry. I feel angry about their parents that brought them into the world. I feel angry about this world entirely. I cannot feel cold-hearted towards another human being, because I'm like, why? Like, why the fuck? Why? Like, why? If our country was better, you probably wouldn't be born. Your mother would be having a doctorate somewhere or something. Or like, for older people who for some reason or the other they have polio, and I'm like, why? Like, the vaccine was well and out. Like, Nigeria have been, I don't know. It will be fine. And even if it's not fine, like I used to say, I think I said this in the beginning of this podcast, is that the world will move on. Even if it's not fine for me personally, the world will move on. The earth will continue to be done. And that, putting that into perspective, makes problems seem small. But I also need to understand that my problems are my problems. I mean, my emotions are my emotions. They are the emotions that I have chosen to feel. So they are not insignificant to me, but they are truly insignificant to the grand scheme of things. And it is important I put a balance to those two. And I think that is where optimistic nihilism meets stoicism. So that is all I'm about. At least I'm better than that guy, I guess. Woohoo! In the order of not having really any order or any like progression or whatever, I just want to like give a daily check-in. Okay, not a daily check-in, a check-in on where Dio is actually at. I'm at a point in my life where I just want to do everything. I want to learn how to draw again. I am not picking up. I end up just pressing phone and scrolling through. I don't know, like the fact that I've started an Instagram page to educate people on skincare. I think I want to reduce my posting times to 5 times a week. I'm already currently doing 6, and I want to like what's the word? I'm doing this even though I don't like really work to like make it better, presentable and whatever. This is basically like a personal journal in which Dio develops like a personal code of conduct, which shows I just literally just moved in the middle of a podcast, but then again I'm doing it on a phone. How unprofessional, and I'm spending all my money on skincare. That is one thing. And fun things, I'm not spending it on high quality skincare. I'm spending it on random shit from Thailand. But like but like I want to check out stuff from our Asian beauty and see if like I can get good products from Thailand, like on that side. So like maybe because Thai products are readily available in Nigeria, they're better available in Nigeria and more affordable than UK and US based products. So like Thai products all the way, and mainland China products that I know that wealthy Chinese people probably wouldn't buy. So where was I? Where was I? I do not know. Where was I? You see that I'm trying to extend things. I don't remember what this was supposed to be about. Yes, I'm basically trying to say I am trying to do so many things at once, and there never seems to be like so enough time, because I'm the kind of person that prioritizes entertainment. I can't do the whole I want to like, but like working a 9 to 5 has been like improving myself is stress, and makes me question that if I hadn't taken my job, maybe I would have gotten a much better one with more opportunities and what have you. But like I don't know, I don't mind. It's I've been working there for like 4.5 months, and I'm like, Jesus Christ, time flies, dial. Oh my god. But like yeah, time is flying, things are going, people are moving. Um what have I decided I'm going to do? I'm going to try and improve myself. That's one thing that I've been trying to tell myself, is still on data science. I am still trying to improve myself on data science. So like how do I get like, now that I know EDA, I learned a lot of shit last year, like a lot of stuff last year. Like, and I'm so glad it didn't run away from my brain. Like it's at the back of my brain, but like the moment I pick up one of my old projects, I'm like, okay, I know how to do this, I can still do this. I'm trying to get back into Coursera, so like Coursera, back of my brain, get back into data analytics, look for I want remote work. Yes, look for a junior analyst position remotely, do a couple of projects. Like my current goal is to do projects. I started a couple of stuff, but like to do personal projects, do a couple of like data science stuff remotely, then get a remote job, quit my job, and because if I can get a remote job, then I can interview remotely and get a remote job, talk about my prospects, write columns to properly understand concepts. What else? Talk less like a motivational speaker. Draw, Jesus Christ. I've started down. I know that sometimes I get into like super productive and very productive in the morning. Super productive, like hyper modes where I just like do shit, and I text people, and I said, okay, this is what I want to do, this is where I want to be, and I was just so productive. But like I lose that in the afternoon. But like I'm doing so much. Like, there are some people that I see. Okay, I know I'm being sort of a creep. I don't know if I should send her my like. And this one chick in a client's place, like a client for my office, and her face. Oh God, I love her face. I just really, really, really love her face. Like her face is interesting. It's like a fucking like those people in Avatar, not like Avatar the Last Airbender, like Avatar, like the blue people Avatar. That's how her face looks like, but she has a much nicer nose bridge, and I'm like, oh my god. So there are people like this that look like this, and you know she's natural because she has like acne spots and natural hair, and you know that like yeah she looks like this, and I'm like, oh my god, if she was like super fresh and super like anesthetic, oh god, and, like I basically see her as like a freaking personal Barbie doll, which is fucked up, and that is not accepting her humanity and understanding that she's special and problems that she might I won't ever consider someone else's reasoning faulty, but there are different reasons that can lead you to death. So like not just like seeing that beautiful part of her is refusing to accept her humanity, and I kind of feel guilty for just being like, wow, what a pretty person, because there are other sides to her personality, and I know I make her feel uncomfortable because Jesus fucking Christ, I stare. I'm weird like that. And funny enough, if it's a guy I think actually looks that like cool, I'm unable to look at them. Human beings, man, dio. But like I'm trying to do too much right now. I'm trying to do the Instagram stuff. I'm trying to do this podcast stuff. I'm trying to learn how to draw. I'm trying to start my Coursera. I'm trying to be good at my job. So like I'm trying a lot of shit. Like I don't know, and I keep changing my Instagram style. This is just me ranting about the current state of like Dia's life. But like yeah, she will improve herself and hopefully not cast herself or say stupid shit on the internet. So like, how's everybody doing? How's your vibe? How's your life? How's everything? So like, yeah, we're here. We're live. We're vibing, and we are reading web novels. And maybe I'll probably have like a full-on discussion about a Willy. I don't even remember anything that happened in a Willy now. It's just like really fun like Chunubio style novels. 8th grade syndrome, is it not? And really fun edgelord stuff, but like when it gets too rapey, I'm like, nah man, I'm a she person, I'm noping out of here. So that's basically what's like a checkup on like your host's life. Hi. I think today was just fun. It was just me just going off on a mix of topics that I wasn't really concrete about, or I already had a set opinion and I didn't have much to say. It was just basically me just vibing, and it's short. Oh god, this is getting shorter. Maybe I'm losing things to say, but I think something will come to me, and maybe I'll actually like research and be like a better like I don't know host or something, or maybe I'll add to it. But in the end, like going through like a random rush of topics, it just reminded me why I started this thing, to put myself in control, to have like proper perspective, to be true to myself, and to be sure that I will not abandon any emotion that I have, and I'll follow it through to the end, and I'll be real, I guess. I don't know, and I'll do what I need to do, and I'll do it well, and I'll do it consistently. And I will try to help the people around me, but I will not die for the people around me, because people are people and people do what people do, and that's okay. So like yeah, here we are. Continue to be optimistic in this meaningless world. Understand that your actions are your own, and take joy in the things you can control, but also understand that people are just they are equal to you and just as complex as you. That the richest man isn't better than you, and you're not better than the poorest man. We have a duty to society, because if not, society will collapse. Societies have collapsed. The entirety of society might collapse, and if it does collapse, it should. That's okay. So like bye, and it has been Dio from a personal code of conduct. Have a lovely week ahead.